Alright, Shalom. I'd like to give our praises and our glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakudash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Ahmad Bayan coming to you with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakudash. Now, the name of this lesson, I believe I will name it Agent Smith is all around us. Alright, Agent Smith is all around us. So you see any on your screen, alright? Now I choose this this little gift here to show because it's a dream that I had, pertaining to agents. They all around us. They in the camps, and not only in the camps, they also outside of the camps. So don't ever just stress on brothers being agents in your camp alone. Don't stress on that also and forget the people outside the camp. You have to remember the people outside the camp also. The people outside the camp, remember it have people out there looking at us, doing this preaching, we preaching this word with truth and sincerity. And when it is we preach, the spirits of those people, it tends to stir up. All right? It tends to stir up and cause them to react a violent way, a different way towards us. All right? Now I want to bring out a script here before I tell my story here. All right, there's the book of Acts 2 and 17. It reads, "And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. And on my servants and on my handmaids I will pour out in those days of my spirit, and they shall prophesy." All right? And this dream went into me and the Akim here in Trinidad. Here, it was a lot of us, and it was like how it happened. It was like I was coming out my house and everyone was basically there now with us. All the Akim. I can't remember seeing everyone's face because it started off with us just coming out of the house and we seeing a commotion out there, and we look up to the skies, and when we look up we see chariots flying around, and I was like, hey, these look chariots, and like they having a battle in the sky. But one of the Akim came out and he said, hey, that's not a chariot. I say, no, it is. Watch, pay attention. One of them is going to shoot fire just now. And as soon as I say that, it happened. All right? But right after I say that, one of the brothers say, hey, I might know what he's talking about. You know what he's talking about. But anyway, fast forwarding, it replay over, but this time it's only me walking back out of my household, right? Knowing to look up to the sky again, and this time it was me by myself. And when I look up to the sky, I see some birds flying about, and I was like, hey, I just taking it in, and two of them just happened to stop in midair, and basically turn, said like they was facing the east, and they just happened to turn and face the west, and aim facing down and did a dive. All right. Well, while doing that dive now, they they come straight at me, and I end up grabbing both of them. All right, and I hold them in my hand. But while holding them in my hand, I'm looking at them in their face and taking in the way how they look now. And by looking at them, I noticed their eyes was different. It was like lenses, and you see how uh, um uh a lens from a camera lenses be, how it will zoom in and zoom out. That's how it was. The lens was like that, and I taking in this thing, and I like, oh shit, this drones, this ESO drones. So what I end up doing is holding them in my hand and squeezing them. They started to vibrate like how your phone will vibrate, trying to get away. And I take my thumb and I put it over the faces. All right. So with that now, uh run off. I end up all of a sudden I end up in my vehicle driving, and driving around now, looking for the Akim to warn them, to let them know, this this thing here serious. He's so out here now, boy. You know, shit getting real. You know, is to warn, the brothers, to let them know that we had to pay attention on what going on around us. All right. So while doing that now, driving around in the car, holding the birds in my hand, covering the eyes at the same time, I see a car stop in front of me to stop me from driving. And it's like the birds had GPS on them, where it is these people where Esau could know where it is I'm moving to. All right. And like they send out an update out there to warn people, to let people know who we are. All right. And people started to look at me like, like, hey, I catch you. That kind of way, they had that kind of face expression, that stern look at the same time, but that surprise look like, hey, look at catch you, man, look him there, that kind of way. And when I realized what was going on with the car that was blocking me from passing, I had to I had to make a detour, go around the vehicle. Another person from high up the road see me coming. He pulled out his phone and he started to talk like, hey, look, the man passing there. So I started speeding up even faster. So trying to get away from these people, these civilians that's around, that's trying to come at us, come at me, right? At that point of time, I happened to see a truck that leading to like a police station. So I end up going around there. I realized it have nobody around there. So I went there. I just seek through. It had nobody there. I passed through. Nobody inside of there still. So I say, hey, just to catch a breather and think about what I'm gonna do next. And then again it just end from there, and from there I end up back home again. This is the third time I end up back home in the dream. Alright? Now this time when I in the in my home now, looking to walk out my house, uh realize wait now I still have these birds in my hand. I say I don't want these devils and them know which part I is. So I end up crushing them with my hand. I crush them until they turn to powder, basically. And after that, discard of them. I walk back out the my home, and looking out now, I ain't seeing nobody around. I say, all right, let me run out the road. I run out the road now. By the time I running out the road, is men and women, is all kind of different people, from people that you know of, your neighbors, you know, um, people who probably look at you on YouTube and whatnot, on them social media sites that you preach on. See people who see you on the streets, on the highways and byways preaching. It's just people faces, and you seeing their hand coming out and trying to snatch me while I running away. So if I turn right, it have men there, women there trying to stretch their hand out to grab, you know. and I there dodging and running through like if I playing in one of them NFL sports games, and trying to get and trying to tackle, and that's how I running through the whole dream. And it's like what I got from it is that we surrounded by a lot of agents and a lot of people who willing to basically sell us out, willing to come to that point to basically show that, hey, you know, these devils is going to basic what they're going to really do. Just saying here, what they're going to do is put out like a hit, put out like a wanted list on the men of the Lord, where it is people going to get a reward for for getting to give out your location, which part you're staying, where you're living, who you is, what your name is, and whatnot. Or they try to, if they get a hold you for themselves, they will get rewarded big, you know. And that is how it was happening. Even men of the Lord who's in these camps, you know. I saw one that highlighted to me. It was a brother from one of the GMS camps, you know, from in America, all right, in Babylon itself. I saw one of their faces, all right. I don't know the brother name offhand, but I remember seeing him in some videos. But I saw his face, all right, and he's one of the 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 persons that also was there trying to snatch me, you know, and it had other SWAT teams, it had SWAT vans, military and whatnot, and a lot of them was around, and you had to fight your way through, you know. And this is what was happening, all right. But after that, it just the dream ended up ending when it is I got away from a good bit of people and I slowed down to catch my breath, and that's when the dream done. All right. So let me just bring us some scriptures and close it off. I just hope this lesson will be edifying. You know, you brothers out there, who listening and learning, take heed and understand. This is the book of Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time. And this devil Esau Edom knows that he has a short time. All right, he knows it. That's why he's coming down with great wrath. All right, he knows what is going to happen. He don't have his things planned out to basically hold men, accountable for certain things, right? Things that we didn't even do. All right. It says here in Revelation 2 and 10, it says here, this Yahushua speaking the red letter, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. And that 10 days is just a completion of time, right? All right, so fear not these things, because this is just to show you that the Lord dealing with us. All right, because if it is these things that are happening to you and you're going through nothing like this, then you have to watch yourself, So it says here, Revelation 2 and 10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. All right? You hear that? We will get the crown of life. We will get that one penny that we're working for. All right? The Lord would not his words will come back void. He keep his word. 144 on the screen. All praises say Obashem Yahushai. All right? Let me get our next scripture here. This is the book of Matthew. This is the book of Matthew 10 and 16. It reads, red letter here again, behold, I sent you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. All right, so we are to be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove out in this time. All right, because you know the devil coming on with great wrath. So we are to be as we are to be 10 times in front of Esau, basically. We are to know what we're doing, where our next step will be. These are the ways that we are to think because this devil coming out. All right. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. All right. So this is people who will just be, people you mightn't even know, and it have people who you will see that you know of. All right. Friends, family, cousin, neighbor. All right, people who you might see in the grocery store and whatnot, they will see it. That time of Jacob trouble is coming, is at hand right now. All right, and you will be fighting your way through. All right, it's going to have a lot of agents out there. Verse 18, and ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake. All right, so all those governors, those kings, those kings like Esau, Edom, the top banking families and them, the ones who have the power right now who rule in the earth. Job 9 and 24, the earth is handed over to the wicked, as Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. We're going to be in their synagogues, we're going to be there. They're going to grab us up from wherever country you're from and whatnot, and they will send you there. All right? But we not to fear these kind of things. Because this truth that we in, we have to remember this truth is very serious. It's not no fun and games. It's not no kicks thing. It's not no normal kind of religion that everybody in. Those are the religion that everybody in is a bunch of false shit they following. All right? What we following is the real thing. All right? And all praises to Abba Shem Yahushai for having us here and having the head apostles here also, still here with us and still teaching us, and we still learning. All right? It says here, and ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for Yahweh Shem Yahushai's sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. All right? Verse 19. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. All right, so we had to believe, we had to trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's where your faith come in. Let me see why. For it is not ye that speak. You see that? It's not us that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. All right? So Yahweh Hashem Yahushai will be speaking through us, and this is how we keep warning people and telling people these things. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai keeps speaking through us men, the prophets of the Lord. You understand? The true prophets of the Lord. All right? And it reads here, and the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall raise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. All right. So whether if it is you as a man of the Lord, your children or your children mightn't be following you, they and all will sell you out. Even if it is used, even if you use the child in the house and you following the Lord and your parents not following you, your parents is going to sell you out. Vice versa. Verse 22, and ye shall be hated for all men for my name, for my name's sake. All right, but ye that endure to the end shall be saved. And this is what we're looking for. We're looking to be saved, in this time. We're looking to be saved, but we had to remember all these things had to come to pass. All right? I'm going to just get the scripture here and close it off. As I say, I hope this lesson is edifying. This is this is 2 Timothy 3 and 12. It reads, and all and all that will live godly in Hamashiach Yahushai shall suffer persecution. Right? So we who follow in the Lord, with truth and sincerity in our heart, in our mind, preaching day in, day out, week in, week out, on the highways and hedges, warning people, warning Israel to turn back, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We keep warning you all. These are just remember the Lord working with you, and don't fear these kind of things that is coming, because these things are real. It is very serious, and we're living in a serious time right now. Right? It might be frightening. Why? Because we are in the flesh. But when it is that time reach and we get our reward, we will soon understand even better. All right? So it says here, 2 Timothy 3 and 12 again, and all that will live godly in Hamashiach Yahushai shall suffer persecution. So once we follow in the Lord in this works, in this time, you have to remember all these things in it. All these things we have to face. This is not your normal, everyday neighborhood church that on your block. It says here, Matthew 5 and 11, blessed are ye when men shall revile you, and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. All right? And this is what is going to happen. This is what is going to happen. We have to remember all these things is going to take place. A lot of people is coming against us in this time. It's going to have a lot of Agent Smiths out there. It also have them in the camp, yes. They will be revealed just now. That time coming where they will be revealed, when push come to shove. All right? Because even other brothers getting dreams like that also in the camp. All right? All right, verse 12, it reads, rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. Great is our reward in heaven. Lord willing, we be part of that hopefully elect number, that 144,000 hopefully elect group, and also those that will be part of that 1/3 number, And it's only Israel we're talking about. We ain't talking about the other nations. We're talking about Israelites, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. All right? Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. So a lot of people also out there who being an agent out there, and listening at our videos and watching us carefully, in the dark. You all are also going to see, the men of the Lord being beamed up, being taken up in the chariots of the Lord, the so-called UFOs. A lot of you all just mock and scoff and laugh at us, but you all gonna see. All right. Let me just bring out this last scripture here. This is the book of Jeremiah. Jeremiah 30 and 7. It reads, at last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but ye shall be saved out of it. Who's the one who's going to be saved out of it? The elect men, the elect men, the 144,000 who feel elect men, Lord willing, be part of that number. Lord willing, the head apostles will be part of that number. Lord willing, the sincere Akim and sincere Aquats and sincere bishops and sincere elders out there, you know, will be part of that hopeful elect number, you know, because it's a fight we are in, you know, it's a whole battle we are in, you know. We're not fighting against flesh and blood, but against principalities in high places, Esau, Edom. All right. So yeah, I just hope this lesson was edifying. You know, I like to give all praises. I like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Ahmad Bayan signing out. Shalom, Abad Babal, you know, Akim, only be safe out there, you know, watch your surrounding, pay attention to what's going on. Shalom.